Hey, Mike Wall, Straight Path Solutions. This is going to be a hypocritical post. Right now, floating around, germinating on the internet, I have a blog post I wrote that I really wish I could give back to myself 20 years ago when I started out in IT and say, please read this, Mike. Read this and follow the advice. Basically, the whole point is getting out of technical, financial, meeting, email, all those debts that we're crushed under. And it's really a simple formula. It's tried and tested, and there's no magic formula, no shortcut. It's really just get the work done and take small bites and do it. But here's the hypocritical part. I was just waiting for a go-to meeting to start with a client, and I decided to check in on a LinkedIn notification. Just kind of, I got a couple notifications, people liking and sharing that post. And I looked, and I see the LinkedIn trending. LinkedIn's doing the whole trending news like Facebook thing. And I see a bunch of stories about the British Airways glitch. And it was interesting because the trending headline basically said a IT contractor shutting down power caused the outage. And I clicked on the trending story, and I'm just going to read you some of the headlines. BA shutdown. IT contractors deny human error to blame. BA, in the next one, the previous article said BA power fiasco blamed on staff blunder. British Airways IT outage reportedly caused by a contractor who accidentally shut down power supply. British Airways flight disruption was caused by someone unplugging the power. British Airways IT outage caused by contractor switched off power. And then again, the most recent from The Guardian says BA shut down. The IT contractors deny human error was to blame. So there's a he said, she said. Here is the point to what I'm getting at. Why aren't you thinking about the cloud? It's 2017. Why is the cloud not in your plans? I'm not all cloud, only cloud. I'm a DBA performance guy. I probably make more money billing from customers when they're in the cloud. So I mean when they're not in the cloud, sorry. So I like on-premise SQL Server. I like it when you host in Rackspace and you need that DBA help. I make more money and I keep my team busier. But here's the deal. What kind of business are you running? Are you running an airline? Are you running a bank? Are you running a small credit union? Are you running a daycare, a hospital, or are you a data center, are you Rackspace? If you're Rackspace, well, your whole business model is we build servers, we monitor and maintain servers, we negotiate networks, we deal with power supplies and power grids and redundancies. That's your business. That's what you do. That's great. If you're a hospital, you're not in the server business. You're in the business of taking people in and making them leave better than they came in. If you're in the food service industry, like restaurant services, make software as a service restaurants. You're not in the hardware business, the server hosting business. And I can go on and on and on. A lot of my software as a service customers get this. They charge service at a monthly fee, like we do with our FlexDBA service. People buy that. They don't want to waste their time dealing with basically server up and down and all this. But one of the objections I get when I talk to people about the cloud is, well, I have no control over my downtime. What's going to happen if our server goes down? And let's say it's Microsoft's cloud. That's where I do a lot of work lately, is in Azure, but Amazon's the same thing. What happens when the cloud goes down? Who can I blame at Microsoft? How will I know that they're watching my back? What happens if things go down and I get bad press? Well, BA shutdown. IT contractors deny human error to blame. Then the other story. BA power fiasco blamed on IT staff blunder. It starts off, a power supply unit at the center of last weekend's British Airways fiasco was in perfect working order, but was deliberately shut down in a catastrophic blunder, the Times has learned. According, the media is the media too, so they like to sensationalize things. But here's the point. There's a he said, or he said, she said story going on right now about that. Somebody somewhere messed up, and there's public bickering about who messed up. There's teams and meetings saying, it wasn't me, it was them. There's blame storming happening. All these big problems are happening in British Airways right now. Executives are sweating bullets, and hopefully the technology executives are worried about their jobs, all because they had an uncontrolled outage that led to catastrophic system-wide failures, led to loss of revenue, led to loss of share price, led to poor customer image in an environment where customer image matters. And you want to seriously tell me that your biggest obstacle to going to the cloud is, well, I can't control their IT department. How much control do you have over your servers today? Seriously, how much control do you have over your power supply, your contractors, your colo facilities? If you were hosted in New York City before the hurricane a few years ago that came in and caused some flooding, you probably said, hey, I get 2 ports coming into the one data center. Yeah, but when it flooded and both ports died, many people went down. You see, you don't get to stop worrying about redundancy and availability when you go to the cloud. You still get to worry about those things. You still get to be the IT hero and set these things up. But now instead of you having to worry about these teams and processes, you're signing SLAs. You're getting 99.99 or 99, 4 nines or 5 nines of uptime guarantee. Yes, some people will say, yeah, but I don't know when that uptime is guaranteed, and the downtime happens on unknown times. Absolutely, but do you honestly tell me? Can you honestly tell me that you're confident that what you have today is good? You can't do that. Even if you're the person building the servers, you can't do that. I'm not saying server admins and system admins are dinosaurs. They're not. There's so many purposes for on-premise servers. There's, you need to have components in on-premise. You need to have components in the cloud. Even if you're in the cloud, you should have on-premise pieces. There's lots of moving parts. But here's the deal. The cloud really has much to offer. Infrastructure as a service has much to offer. Platform or utility as a service has a lot to offer too. And what do you want to focus on? Are you in the server business, or are you in your line of business? What do your shareholders expect? What do your shareholders care about? British Airways shareholders don't care about servers. I mean, they do now. They care about people getting to their destinations on time and the airline maintaining a healthy reputation. Well, by worrying about their own servers and dealing with their own mess, maybe the shareholders now are worried about their servers and thinking, why are we still doing this? So just something to think about. Thanks. Have a good day. And not yelling at you. I'm just saying your excuses don't work. Find better excuses. Well, for compliance. Well, there's a race right now for compliance. Everybody's compliance charts are huge. So compliance isn't even an answer. There's PCI compliance, there's HIPAA. There's no HIPAA compliance, but that doesn't exist. But there's it's a long story. But the environments are HIPAA compliant, as HIPAA compliant as your on-premise environment is. And where's your email today? It's probably in Office 365 or Google Apps for Business. Where are all your documents in SharePoint stored, or whatever document management system you're using? Where's your CRM? All these things that you already deal with are in the cloud. So don't be afraid of it. Look at the potentials it can unlock for you. And if you're a technologist like me, don't sit there saying, oh no, what's going to happen to my job? Our jobs, it's an exciting time. Our jobs are whatever we make them. When I bring clients to the cloud, I don't have to build servers per se, but I get to help spec out the servers. I get to talk about, hey, let's do cross-region redundancy. Yeah, I don't have to spend 40 to 80 hours building an availability group. I can click a button and have an availability group built for an Azure SQL database or an RDS database. I can do these things, but I still architect. I still help them write better code, especially because I want to help save their budget. So I do these things, but I don't have to worry about kind of being a server jockey and building servers and having to fight to get servers requisitioned and make sure we have enough switch ports and make sure we have enough cabinet space and redundant power supplies. And I don't have to worry ever about blaming a contractor for pressing a power supply button off by accident or on purpose or whatever, or then getting to the public in the press argument. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, you didn't. How does that help the share price? How does that instill confidence in the investors? It's not easy. It's not, you don't just press a button and migrate to the cloud, especially when you have a lot of mainframe systems and, like the airline industry has, just like insurance and a couple other industries. So it takes time. I'm not saying it's a magic button. There is no such thing as a magic solution, but don't be so anti-cloud. open your life, open your horizons, explore the cloud and look at it. It's really here, and there's a lot of great options for you. And watch the press of recent downtime. Sure, the cloud has downtimes too. Yes, there's public in the press outages with Amazon and Microsoft's cloud offerings, but the clients who still had the architecture brains, the clients who still thought about what could possibly go wrong, those clients you don't really read about that much because they've done the cross-site, the cross-region failovers. One of my customers even has some data in Amazon and some redundant data in Azure, and their blob storage and S3 storage, and they keep it in sync. So if Amazon goes down, they don't care. If Microsoft goes down, they don't care. So you can build resilient systems in the cloud. That's fun. That's exciting. That's the wave of the future. Check it out. Thanks. Bye.